Hi team, besitos to you, Lizette Perez here. If you are watching this on YouTube, then you are watching the replay. I'm an independent consultant for Scentsy out in Central Florida, and I wanted to do a video talking to my team, and hopefully if you are a Scentsy consultant watching this, hopefully I can help you too a little bit. If you're thinking about joining Scentsy, please stay. Any info that you learn from consultants who are already doing it is gonna help you. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and comment, like, share with your team if this is helpful at all. But today I just wanted to briefly talk to you about your elevator pitch. If you don't know what an elevator pitch is, it's how you would describe Scentsy or your business, and you need to have several elevator pitches for different reasons, and I'll get into that in a second. But let's say you want to, Scentsy comes up, maybe someone smells your lotion and comments how good you smell. You can say, oh, that's from our body line by Scentsy. That's how I like to say it to make it sound fancy, you know. It's Shimmer by Scentsy. How does that sound? So choosing your words are very important when it comes to your elevator pitch, and it can make a huge difference in your business. What are some of the keywords you could say that are like words that kind of stand out and pop out to people that will catch their interest, or obtain or keep their interest is what I'm trying to say. Hold on. Okay, Google, stop. Forgot to turn off my Google. So you definitely want to develop your verbiage, your way of conversing, that product you are being complimented about, whether if it's a body line, or maybe somebody smells your laundry, or maybe you're branded, you're walking around with your Scentsy purse or your t-shirt, and the conversation comes up. Are you ready to talk about Scentsy? Most people say that they're shy, or they don't know how to approach people when it comes to Scentsy as a business. And I'm so sorry, I look crazy right now. But most people will share that they don't know how to talk to people about Scentsy. This is one of the biggest things you will hear people across the board say. So if you could hit them with a rebuttal before they even talk, you're gonna capture their interest and not give them a chance to interrupt, and give you a fair chance at explaining what Scentsy is, what the product is, how it stands out, what's different, all kinds of things. So you can actually have ready in your head what you're gonna say. And you know, this is something that may come natural over time. This may be something you have to work at. This is something that you may be good at from the beginning. Regardless of whatever area or level you're at, when it comes to your elevator pitch, you need to have a good one, a good solid elevator pitch. And I'm gonna give you an example of mine. But before I do that, because I really have only one in mind, but I can definitely come up with one quick. And you definitely wanna play off of people's cues. You can always tell, you know, who's having a bad day, if it's an appropriate time. Maybe you're at dinner with a family. Of course, this is always the challenge with Scentsy, how and when to bring it up. Most of the times, you may not need to. Most of the time, they'll come to you and ask. If you stay consistent doing what you're doing on social media, for example, if you stay consistent branding yourself, if you are sharing your products as they come, eventually they will come. If you build it, they will come, right? So it's basically you building your brand, you building your personality, and you training your clients, your customers, how to interact with you when it comes to your Scentsy business. Are you promoting and offering pre-orders? Are you giving them a chance to say, hey, I want this? Or are you just showing how beautiful, and them sitting there looking at your computer screen going, oh, ooh, that's pretty, but never move on to the next thought of, should I get it? Or if they do get to that thought, how do I get it, right? So you need to give them call of action, and pre-orders is a great way to get a call of action where they're gonna reach out and go, yes, I'll do it. Or maybe you just say, hey, if you're interested in this, fill out this pre-order form, and they'll fill it out. And I usually say, fill this out for further consideration. In the pre-order form, and this is a whole nother conversation, I know, but in the pre-order form, I say anything I need to say. I do my elevator pitch in the pre-order form. So I say, hey, if this is something you want to consider getting, this warmer is this amount of money, and fill this out, and I will remind you a week before, or if it's getting close to that time, I'll be collecting payments by Wednesday, for example. So elevator pitches is always something that you need to have forefront and ready to go in your mind, and however it is you need to approach your Scentsy business. With whoever, because there's all kinds of personalities. No two conversations are ever going to be the same, and you definitely got to put in place the basics of your favorite things to highlight about Scentsy. One thing I like to share is that we're the original company to introduce warmers and wax melts. We came out in 2004, and we're now 16 years old. It's 2020 when I recorded this. And one thing I like to point out is that if you've used anything from a big box store, those are the knockoff brands, and I point out things, but that's more when I get in depth with it. But I do like to start something like this. Have you ever used a warmer and wax? Okay, well, Scentsy is the original company to introduce warmers and waxes, and I can tell you about that another time, but let me tell you this, it is good stuff. Our wax is non-toxic. Our warmers never get too hot to touch. They're designed to last forever, and if they don't, Scentsy will replace it if it malfunctions on its own. So if you've been using it right and all of a sudden it stops working, they'll replace it for free. And then I just point out certain key things, but depending how the conversation goes, having your elevator pitch, what you can say about Scentsy in a minute or less, in that elevator ride up or elevator ride down, that could make all the difference when it comes to you and your Scentsy business. So it also gets just don't match, just don't look good. Sorry, stuff like that bothers me. And it's probably been bothering you. Maybe you didn't notice. Maybe now it'll start bothering you. But having your elevator pitch will definitely be the opening door to the conversation. What can you say about it? Do you have a buddy clip? Clip to your purse, and you're a grown-ass woman. Excuse the language. Oh, I love salons. They're so cute. Is that what smells good? Conversation starters. So your elevator pitch is part of the whole conversation starter thing. If you don't know how to start a conversation, Scentsy in the training section of the workstation has conversation starters for you to check out and give you ideas on what to say, how to say it, when to say it. A rebuttal, do you even know what a rebuttal is? It's when someone tries to tell you no and you give them a reason to say yes. So a rebuttal is, oh, I'm too busy. And you just have your answer that's going to basically drown that out and make whatever excuse they came up with an excuse buster myth now. Whatever they're saying suddenly isn't true anymore because you've just said what you've said to prove a point, and your rebuttal is what keeps the conversation going. Oh, I can't afford Scentsy. I understand. Scentsy can be pricey, but we have stuff for every price point, and you could get your Scentsy free and half off. How can they say no to that? It just depends how you present it. So saying it like that, it doesn't always feel right with me. I have to dig deeper in conversation at times, but you know, you have to know what to say for your elevator pitch, and you should say it anyway, even if you're not ready to say it, because the more you do it, the more you practice, is the more better you're gonna get at the conversation. So having your elevator pitch, what can you say about Scentsy? If you ever seen me do a video on Facebook and show people warmers and that kind of thing, I'm usually just kind of cracking my mic open, my camera open, and just going for it, and whatever comes out, comes out. You know, sometimes that works, but sometimes you have to be a little more strategic in how you're delivering the message. Scentsy's non-toxic. Candles, even if you use a better wax. Okay, now this is like coming out all wrong. I usually feel a little more put together in my elevator pitch. And everything else I'm saying I'm happy with, but when it actually comes to sharing my elevator pitch right now, I feel a little lost. And it happens, you know, so I'm glad you're seeing this on camera, because I don't want you to think that everyone has it down 100%. It's never like that with Scentsy. It's never like that in conversation or in business. So if you think you have to be 100% perfect to actually do something or try something, you are wrong. Just go for it. So I'm gonna attempt an elevator pitch right now. And it's already stuff you already started hearing, but I'm gonna try to complete it. And it doesn't mean it has to be a perfect minute or 2 minutes, but you know, you're getting the most important things that mean something to you when it comes to Scentsy. So it's like, oh yeah, Scentsy is the original company to introduce warmers and wax melts. We've been around since 2004, so we're 16 years old now, and I love the company. They're family owned. They care about the consultants, but they care about the products and the quality. So just know that if you get a Scentsy warmer, yeah, it might be more pricey, but it's worth the splurge. It comes with a lifetime warranty, and it's not cheaply priced because it's not cheaply made. And Scentsy's wax, with it being non-toxic, it also never gets too hot to touch. So when you touch a warmer, it'll be safe enough to pull your hand away and not get burned. Kids can dip their hands in the wax while it's melted. It's not gonna burn them. So don't knock it till you try it. I mean, if you want to borrow a warmer, you can. I'll lend you a warmer so you can try before you buy. I got plenty around my house. There's all kinds of things like that I say, but I kind of tell a quick little story. It may seem like a lot to remember, but as you, as a new consultant, gets more familiar with the company, with the products, you're gonna find what impresses you more about Scentsy, what interests you or makes you stand out. Your story and your why is a little different. That could be a part of your elevator pitch, so have your story also ready. One thing for me in my story is I share that, and it's also a rebuttal. For right away, oh, I have allergies. Oh, I'm fragrance sensitive. I'm sensitive to fragrance. I understand that. My daughters were born with chronic lung disease. My little daughter was 15 ounces at birth. My twins were miracles. 15 ounces, not even a pound. So you can imagine how delicate. And Scentsy's never aggravated any allergy symptoms for them. It's never caused any asthma attacks or anything like that. In fact, one of my twins, Maya, outgrew the need of her inhaler. So you can know that this is a good quality brand. And I understand if you have certain allergies, maybe cinnamon is something you hate to smell. If you do end up getting a scent that you don't like, I will switch one out for you, or just try a sliver. Sometimes you don't even need a whole cube. So I give them answers, you know what I mean? I try to present Scentsy in a way where they can't say no. And of course, I always let them know that if it really is something they don't like, I tell them about our 30-day and just, whatever return policy or my personal return policy, I share with them so they know. I hope this helps, and just know you can just practice on your own phone, record yourself with some key things that mean something to you. Write them down first. Why do you love Scentsy? It smells great, it's long lasting. Have that in your elevator pitch. Whatever words come and feel comfortable to you, but also make you feel like you've made your point. You've got them curious. They want to buy eventually. Because sometimes, they want to be stubborn and show, you're not getting me with your sales pitch. Okay. But eventually they'll come, because why? They see how good it is. They start seeing how beautiful the warmers are, and they get curious. And then they see something that talks to them. I have to have that gingerbread mini warmer. So cute, that gingerbread man mini warmer. Or they see anything. Maybe you have someone who loves sloths, and they see the Scentsy buddy, and they go, okay, I'll take it. So just know that there's so many ways to share your Scentsy business. And as long as you have some of these elevator pitches with rebuttals ready to go, what to say, what can you say that's going to take away those blocks, those mental blocks. You gotta remember, having a business is a mindset. And the more you think about this as a business, even if you are dead set on doing this as a hobby, because, right now you may not be convinced yourself if you can do this or reach director or, just hit your goal. You may still be struggling with 200 a month. You may be struggling with 200 every 4 months. Like, I don't know why that would be your only worry. Why not try to make some money with Scentsy and start with shooting for 200 every month and stop looking at the 4 months like, I got time to sit on your butt and do nothing? I don't understand that. If you join to make some money, then make some money, then share your product and do it with pride, do it with love. There should be no reason why you can't have a good Scentsy business running. There's really no reason why. And I'm not saying that circumstances can't affect. I understand that. My twins have physical disabilities. I don't just have children with special needs. They have physical disabilities. I am lifting 11-year-old daughters. I am changing 11-year-old diapers. Like, I am doing a hard job as a mom. Mentally, emotionally, I am drained. Like, no one can tell me they're more busy than me. And I'm not saying you're not. I'm working from home right now. I'm not in these streets with COVID right now. With COVID, I have to be careful for my girls. So please wear a mask. It's not just for older people. Like, my kids can't be kids right now. They can't go outside and be kids because there's so many people out there right now who choose not to wear a mask. And it's unfair because even though my children may be broken in your eyes, they're children first. And I'm only sharing that because of the fact that, you know, we all have our differences. We all have what sets us apart just financially. And we all come to Scentsy for a reason, and a big part of it is to make money. Yes, we love the products, but don't just let your business sit there and do anything just because you're scared to talk a little bit. So I'm hoping that you're thinking about an elevator pitch. Now, elevator pitch could be to just introduce to someone what and who Scentsy is and who they are as a company. But you also need an elevator pitch for hosting a party. Hey, if you want to host a party, you gotta figure out your customers and how. Like, I've recently really saw a good pattern going where new customers are excited about their products. And they're like, oh my gosh, I love this. Oh, I'm gonna have to order that. As soon as you hear them say, I'm gonna have to order that later, or that's what I'm ordering next time, that's when you could go, well, you know what, since you want to place an order later, would you, and find your way of saying it. I don't always say, would you want to do a party? More so instead of, do you want to? That sounds like a chore to them, especially when you start with, do you want to do a party? Because all they hear is party. And even if it's online, you want to do an online party, right away they start thinking about what they got to do. And it's, you got to present it and have it ready. Be like, if you host an online party and just invite a few friends to a group and I'll create it and do all the work, all you got to do is like the post, invite people. And that's on the most basic level, all you got to do. Interact with the post, get them excited, show your excitement. And then you can earn free and half off Scentsy. It's like, how do they say no to that? And most of the time I'm finding now that they can't. So hey, do you want to help me? Do you want to do a party? No. Get that out of your vocabulary in the sense of making them see it as a way that they're helping you. No, you flip it on them and you help them. You help them get the host rewards. Free and half off Scentsy. When I have a great party, I always tell them, hey, my last host earned $84 in free Scentsy, and they got 3 host rewards, which you can choose to use with our bundles, which means you can get even more Scentsy because the bundles are already discounted, and you could get that for half off and get even more Scentsy for what you're spending. Or, you could get more bang for your buck is basically the message I'm trying to say. So when you see them excited, you got to find where to do it. They're not doing you a favor. You're doing them a favor. So get it out your head that you're going to be bothering them when you talk to them about Scentsy. Get it out your head that you can't approach somebody and ask. Like, okay, the minute, this is one reason why people don't like our post or comment, because they know we're coming for them, right? But you just keep sharing your business and you're gonna see that they're gonna come for something. And when they do, that's when you really lock and load and get it going. Like the call to action with the Google Docs, that's been great for my business. That'll be a whole nother video where I can tell you about a Google Doc form, and you can Google it and search it and try to create one and share that doc. I'm really specific with my language in there. I'm really careful what I ask, and I'm strategic. Do you want to host a party, or would you like to earn free and half off Scentsy? Or your next order? Would you like to earn free and half Scentsy with your next order? And you could put multiple choice. Yes, please. You can even give them options. Yes, please. November or December. Ask again after the new year. Or D. No, thank you. I like to pay full price. Hit them in the head, right? So there's so many things you could do. You can ask them for their birthday and say, if you want to be in my birthday club, put your birthday here. Or you can say, hey, if you want to receive free samples in the mail, or be a part of my Happy Mail, enter your address here. And definitely ask for their email, because you can add them to your monthly newsletter. So just know that there is so many ways you could communicate the business aspect of it. You can be very business-like with Scentsy, even if you're just doing it for a hobby. Because if you're just doing it for a hobby and you're not making money, you're wasting your time. So even if you're doing it for a hobby, you do have to be a little business-like. It does mean that you can choose when and how often you share the business, or whenever you're in the mood to share it. That's fine. It is totally up to you. But if you have a need for some income, why not push your Scentsy business? It's gonna take a while to grow anyway. So the more you do now is the more results you're gonna see later. And don't let the fact that later is so far away, it will never come. Trust me, it will. If you do nothing, it will never come, right? So make sure you are doing stuff for your business every day. And keep in mind that everything you say and do, people are watching you. Everything you say and do will add value, or it could decrease the value. If you're saying the wrong things, it's gonna take away. So make sure you find your language when it comes to Scentsy. Find your love language with the company, with the products. Find your rhythm. You might also have to develop an elevator pitch for joining Scentsy. So how do you approach that when somebody comes to you talking about, I need to make extra money, and they know you sell Scentsy? Are they hinting they want more info, or did they forget because you're such an amazing friend that they come to you for advice and that kind of thing? You know, I always try to empathize, and I read the room. You definitely got to read the room. Flip those parties too. I've offered the host kit, and I've given some people the opportunity that have blossomed from the free kit they received. So be generous. You know, give up your host rewards for that great team member. You'll be surprised who will join your team, who really needs the opportunity and who really will thrive from that opportunity. And I set the tone. I say, you know what? If I'm gifting you this kit, I'm only asking for a couple things. One, you shoot for the Fast Start program, because in this 2 weeks time, you're gonna really get an idea if this is something you will enjoy doing. And by the time they start getting shooting star and that kind of thing, they're hooked. They're pushing now. Oh my gosh, you got that so fast. You're only this amount from sensational start, and you got 70 days for that. They keep pushing, and they do amazing. This has been my experience so far. So set the tone for your business, set the tone for your customers. Don't just give a kit away. Give them things. Say, okay, before I give you the kit, in the least, set up your Facebook page. You know, set up your group. I help them with the guidelines. You know, you can't use Scentsy. And I say, okay, here's some images, you know, pick the ones you like. At least do this for now. And as soon as I finish this party order, it'll email you for you to claim your free kit. And then I just make sure that they at least start their Facebook group. It gives me an idea if they're, what's it called? Like, computer literate or Facebook literate. Some people don't know, never created a group. So you gotta hold their hand a little bit. But you know, as a sponsor, it's worth it for you. If that's your biggest part of your job, getting your team off on a right start to starting that Scentsy business is only gonna help you in the end. You know, we get nothing for people joining our team. And if you are interested in joining, scentsintodollars.com/join. You could get more info there on my website. That's scents, as in smells, is a play on words, scentsintodollars.com. But definitely set the tone for them. Give them a couple of, there's the call to action again. You know, you want to give them a call to action, and you just say, hey, you can even create a Google Doc and ask some basic questions. Be like, okay, all my newbies, I have them fill this out, and it'll give me an idea of how I can help you. And you can put in the Google form, what interested you the most? If I didn't give you a free kit, would you do it? Or, you know, what are you hoping to get out of this? Are you just signing up to be a temporary during the holidays type person? Have you been wanting to do this for a while? I don't know, just different questions. Tell me something about yourself. Anything. Do you consider yourself shy? You can ask whatever it is that you feel like you need to know for your team members so you can help them, or back away. Because I tell my team members, hey, after this 2 weeks, if you don't want to help, if this isn't for you, I'm not going to push you anymore. I'm just letting you know that this was something I didn't shoot for and I wish I did. It may not mean nothing to you now. These are the words. You hear the words, because it's true. This may not mean nothing to you now, but trust me, in time you look back and be glad you went for it. That is so personally true for me. That's why it's something I make sure I tell all my people, because it's true. They're gonna be like, what is this, shooting star? What's the point? You know? So I just want you to know that you can find the keywords that are true, personal to you, you know, what may help seal the deal, you know. And when I say seal the deal, we don't get nothing for consultants joining under us. Okay, it's not until they are working their business and getting results that we get results out of it. So yes, eventually we do get something off our team members, but I get joy out of getting people under me who especially really need it and start to kick butt, because I know what this business has done for me as a mom who's always busy and always stressed with, you know, twins who have special needs, while still trying to maintain a household, still trying to be in a happy marriage, still trying to show love to our oldest daughter who is now a teenager. So, you know, there's a lot to balance in life. And I know, I get it. Everyone's busy. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a reason to do this also, why they won't do it, or why they'll quit or not do it, or blah, blah, blah. So don't think that you can't have answers before the questions arise. That's a big part of your job. Don't think that you can't be real. Be who you are. You know, if you're shy, and you could be shy in this business, just find your shyness, find your voice through your shyness. You know what I mean? That's authenticity, you know, and that's also something you can learn to grow out of. Everything about your business, whatever you don't know, are things you can learn. If you don't know how to talk and be, use your voice in a strong way, that's something you could learn. That's something you could practice. If you don't know the details about the business, that's something you can learn. One thing I always tell for those who sound nervous about it, or concerned, or have a lot of questions, that get apologetic. Sorry if I'm asking so many questions. No, it's okay. I get that all the time. I'm like, it's okay. And part of my elevator pitch for that, sometimes the elevator pitch things that are in my head come in waves at different times, and I just let them know. I said, it's okay that you don't know everything the first day. Nobody does. It's just like any other job. If you learn the basic job duties, you're gonna do fine, you know. So that makes them feel comfortable. I think it gives them an understanding that, oh, okay, you know, you gotta train just like any other job. You take it day by day, you learn a little at a time and at your own pace. So if you need a week to understand something, you got a whole week. Nobody's your boss here trying to pressure you to get an understanding in a day or two. Like, it's not like that, you know. Okay, I may show you something once, and I understand it might take you 5 times to get it. No one's pressuring you, and you're not gonna get fired. So take a chill pill, be easy with it, and just understand that nobody learns it one day. And as long as you're pushing forward, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna learn it, you know. For me, it took like 2 or 3 times that I entered an order in a workstation before I really felt like, oh, I got this. This ain't nothing. And it really set on the most basic level. This is all I do for my business. Yep. That's basically all you do on the most basic level. The rest is just opening your big fat mouth and sharing your business from time to time, however that works out. And then there's going to be plenty of times you got to be creative. So just know that when it comes to your elevator pitch, write some things down. You know, if there's something I said today that kind of made your brain go, oh. And this is why it's good to train, because when you listen to different consultants and how they do things and how they word things and how they approach things, you're going to find what works for you. You're going to find the pieces to your puzzle. We are all different when it comes to being consultants, and we all learn from each other, and we all take and borrow from each other, and that's fine. That's part of the culture of being an independent consultant, and it's the beauty of learning off of each other, off of YouTube, off of Facebook groups. So if you are a new consultant and you haven't gone to the training center in your workstation, please visit it and check out the trainings on Tuesdays. They do trainings on Tuesdays at Scentsy here on the East Coast. It's on at 12 o'clock noon. But you know, there's just so many. Like, another thing, I was about to say something. A new part of my elevator pitch, when I'm online and let's say I'm in a group that lets you advertise, or in my own group, I always like to say, because I feel like this is like a commercial, and mind you, I've been in radio in Orlando over 20 plus years. Right now I'm not working, but I've been a radio personality here in Central Florida for 20 plus years, 25 years. And, you know, I've learned how to say a lot in 10 seconds to get points across. So my mind is always working on what can I say to make it sound, you know, nice and you know, just kind of trying to attract them to listen and to get understanding. And one thing I like to say is there's so many ways to experience Scentsy, because we're more than warmers and wax, and we're more than oils and diffusers, and we have a clean line, a pet line, a kids line, you know, so much stuff. So now that the holidays are here, I say there are so many ways to experience and gift Scentsy. That's pretty much my elevator pitch for online posts. So that's how I close it. That's how I hopefully, you know, put a little button on it or a little nice pretty ribbon, because it is the truth, isn't it? So many ways to experience Scentsy. So find your words, get creative, think about Scentsy, train in the car when you're driving home from work, while you wash the dishes, play a training video, you know, listen to, there's so many good consultants out there that are really good at teaching you some of the basics. So don't be afraid to share your business with people. Have that elevator pitch ready, and just know that you can trust the process. Trust the process. It's not an overnight thing. You'll get 10 no's to a yes. Just go with it. It's definitely a numbers game. So the more you are sharing your business, is the more your business will eventually grow, and it's normal to take long. And if you happen to shoot out really fast and do amazing, then stick with it, because there's so much more to come. I hope that this has helped you, and if you are a part of my team, say hi, let me know you watch this, and I think that's it. So just share something in the comments, if you will. Share something that you like to say that you feel has worked for you in one area or the other, whether if it's for hosting, booking a party, or whether if it's for joining. Like, what have you said that you find you're getting an automatic positive response to? And you can also share what doesn't work for you. I would love to hear that too. So if you can comment, we all love to learn from each other. I hope you would love to share your jewels and gems. And let's just keep this Scentsy spirit going. And I hope you guys have a great, successful holiday season as we start ending this crazy 2020 year that we've all endured. Besitos to you. Thanks for watching.